Iranian military officials have issued a severe and direct warning to the United Arab Emirates. Begin an immediate evacuation of the international airports in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. This ultimatum followed 7 consecutive nights of heavy United States airstrikes hitting Iranian infrastructure, resulting in mounting casualties across the country. But instead of threatening a counterattack on heavily fortified U.S. military bases, Iran is pointing its ballistic missiles directly at the UAE's massive civilian transit hubs. Iran is shifting away from standard military-on-military engagement, instead targeting some of the busiest global transit hubs on Earth to force an immediate ceasefire. To understand why, we look at a physical limitation. Iran wants to punish the U.S. directly, but their missiles cannot reach the American mainland. This forces them to find a proxy target within their blast radius, inflicting maximum pain on Washington. It is a calculated exercise in asymmetric warfare, substituting physical proximity to America for devastating geopolitical impact on its closest allies. Until recently, Iran held back from attacking the UAE and Saudi Arabia. They were deterred by a complex web of mutual defense pacts and deep diplomatic ties involving nations like India and Pakistan. There was also a fragile digital memorandum of understanding, a temporary non-aggression truce struck between the United States and Iran. But the sheer volume and destruction of the recent U.S. airstrikes tore that understanding apart. In response to the heavy casualties, Iran suspended the agreement entirely and began striking U.S. air bases in Saudi Arabia. The total collapse of that single diplomatic truce removed the last invisible barrier protecting the Gulf's economic capitals from direct Iranian retaliation. Out of all the potential proxy targets in the Middle East, why are the airports in Dubai and Abu Dhabi the ultimate bargaining chips? First, there is the international leverage. These terminals are packed with foreign citizens. A strike here guarantees an immediate multinational panic, forcing global superpowers to pressure Washington into halting its airstrikes. Second, there is the economic leverage. The UAE's entire financial model relies on its reputation as a safe, world-class hub for tourism and foreign investment. A single missile striking a tarmac or an iconic landmark instantly shatters decades of image building. The billions of dollars invested to create this global sanctuary would be compromised, requiring years to repair. By putting these hubs in the crosshairs, Iran is holding the UAE's entire economic future hostage to force America's hand. We are already seeing the fallout in the information space. Recently, rampant reports across American media claimed the UAE was attempting to secretly pay Iran $3 billion to stave off these missile attacks. The UAE government issued a vehement public denial. They are hypersensitive to any narrative that paints their economy as unstable or suggests their leadership is operating out of fear. But the panic caused by these false reports proves the Iranian strategy is working. The psychological threat of violence alone is enough to destabilize the UAE's soft power. In this specific conflict, controlling the narrative and inducing economic panic is just as critical as the physical missiles themselves. The real-world fallout from this threat has been immediate. The UAE is now publicly and urgently demanding that the United States halt its airstrikes on Iran. Russia has officially joined the UAE in this demand, creating a highly unusual diplomatic alignment as the threat of regional economic collapse forces common ground between disparate powers. Traditional military treaties and mutual defense pacts can suddenly feel like little more than pieces of paper once ballistic missiles are actually in the air. By targeting the economy, Iran successfully fractured the U.S. allied front, forcing Washington's own partners to actively push back against American military objectives. Right now, the United States is preparing for an 8th night of strikes, and an Israeli third-wave attack is still pending. Dubai and Abu Dhabi remain in a perilous position, waiting to see if Iran will execute its devastating threat. This standoff exposes a harsh reality of modern conflict. Vast physical military supremacy and advanced weaponry no longer guarantee total victory in a hyper-connected world. The nature of warfare has shifted. Today, a nation does not need to defeat an enemy army to win a concession. They simply need the ability to hold a neighbor's fragile, multi-billion-dollar economic reputation hostage.
If you value clarity over chaos, explore more on Clear Lens X.